Good morning, this is Kris Shoemaker, also known as Yehudah ben Shomeyr, and you're listening to Coffee with Kris, the time of the day where we share a cup of coffee and share a bit of the Word of God. All right, this is our final Sidra, our final Aliyah of the Torah portion for this week, our Friday-Saturday portion of Netzavim, which means you are standing, and is taken from Deuteronomy chapter 30, verses 11 through 20, but we're going to be reading 15 through 18 and discussing that today. So it says, "See, I have set before you today life and good, death and evil." Now, if you're a little kid and your mama puts before you a bowl of ice cream or a bowl of broccoli, and she says, "Hey, it's your decision, whichever one you want, grab it." Well, most likely you're going to go for the ice cream, right? What little kid wants broccoli? There might be a few exceptions, but the point is your mother gave you a choice, and it's your choice and your choice alone. It's your free will choice what you get. Now, it's kind of the same. This is a little more ludicrous kind of analogy or illustration, but let's say that you have. Let's say that you got bit by a snake, and you're going to die any minute. The venom is coursing through your veins, and there's two vials set before you. One is more of that snake venom, which would probably kill you quicker. The other vial is the antidote, the anti-venom. It says, "Look, I'm gonna let you have a decision." The doctor says the choice is yours. You know, you're slowly dying right now, but if you just want to end it really quick, there's the vial that contains more of the same venom that's in your body right now. You drink it, you're dead. But on the other hand, if you want to live, right here's the vial of the antidote. It's the anti-venom. It's your free will decision and choice. Which one do you choose? Choose now. This is exactly what God is doing. He's saying, look, you can either have blessings or cursings. You can either have life or death. How do you do that? By choosing to be obedient or by choosing to be disobedient. Choosing to be obedient means life and blessing. Choosing to be disobedient is curses and death. So it says, "See, I have set before you today life and good, and death and evil." What am I commanding you? What I'm commanding you today, to love Adonai your God and to walk in his ways and keep his mitzvot, his commandments, his statutes, his ordinance. Then you will live and multiply. If you keep God's instructions, God's laws, God's commandments to the very best of your ability, out of all the sincerity of your heart and your love for God, says, then you will live and multiply. And Adonai your God will bless you in the land you are going to possess. But if your heart turns away and does not listen, but are drawn away and bow down to other gods and worship them, which is a direct violation of those very said commandments, I tell you today that you will certainly perish. No doubt, certainly perish. Not maybe, not might, not could be. You will perish. You will not prolong the days on your land. In other words, you'll be exiled. And we see that has happened to the kingdom of Judah and the 70-year exile of Babylon. We see that has happened to the house of Israel that lost the 10 tribes who have been lost to all the nations, the Assyrian captivity that's never ended. But I tell you today, you will certainly perish. You will not prolong your days in the land where you're about to cross over the Jordan to go in to possess. Now, God could have created us and programmed us like a computer, that we are forced to obey his commands, whether we like it or not. We could all have been robots and automatons. But you know what? You can't have a relationship with a robot. An AI may be very convincing. You may think you're carrying on an intelligent conversation. You may even begin to have feelings for this AI. We kind of seen that on the Big Bang Theory when Raj got a new iPhone, and he started falling in love with Siri, and he kind of had a relationship with Siri. Well, it's all smoke and mirrors. You can't have a relationship with a program. It's not genuine. It's not real. That program cannot love you. That program cannot obey you out of love, right? So God did not want us to be robots and automatons. He did not want us to be a program. So he gave us our free will. He gave us the choice whether to accept him or to reject him, whether to serve him or not. Because he wants us to have a personal and intimate relationship with him through his son, Messiah Yeshua, Jesus Christ. And he wants us to willingly accept and love and serve him. And when we do, man, we're going to get our socks blessed off, right? But if we don't, then we have these curses that are going to come upon us because of our disobedience. Now, these curses, some of them are automatic because there's so many different laws in the scriptures. There's some laws governing diet, some laws governing sexuality. We know if we sleep around with 100 people, we're probably going to get an STD, some kind of venereal disease that we could die from. That's a curse, and that's consequences of disobedient because God said, hey, it's only one woman for one man and one man for one woman, right? We can eat things that God did not even deem as food items, and we can get diseases or complications from eating things that God said, look, don't eat these. They're not even food. These are the things you must eat if you want to stay healthy, right? So some of these curses are just automatic repercussions of disobedience, not that, ooh, I'm going to curse you just because I don't like you because you're doing this wrong. But it's our choice. It's our free will choice. I can live healthy and not have diabetes by eating the way I should, or I could just eat junk food all the time, gain, weigh 300 pounds and get diabetes and get my legs chopped off because of poor circulation as complications of diabetes. Who did that? Whose fault is that? Nobody but my own. Nobody put a gun to my head and made me eat until I gained 300 pounds, made me eat junk food. It's my free will choice. So spiritually speaking, it's the same thing. We want to be blessed by God. We obey out of the love of our heart. Again, let me remind you that the children of Israel looked at these commandments not as burdensome obligations, but as wedding vows. If you keep your wedding vows, you keep them because you love your spouse. You don't keep them because you're like, oh, crap, I got to keep all these vows and be faithful, blah, blah, blah. No, you do it because you love that person. You're like, heck yeah, I'm gonna keep these wedding vows because I love and cherish my spouse. And it's the way that the Hebrews viewed God's commands. They viewed them as wedding vows, that it was a privilege and an honor to keep them because they had a deep personal love relationship with their God and Creator. It's kind of the same with us. Guys, thanks so much for listening. Go out there and have a great day. Shalom and God bless.